ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So it's a very nice topic, Vedic cosmology. And when you read Bhagavatam, everything goes from the top. Big bouncer. First and foremost, when it comes to us as devotees, the first step in spiritual life is faith on Shastra. If there is no faith on Shastra, there is no question of advancing in spiritual life. There are many devotees. Recently also I came across one case study. Very nice devotee, personal servant of some nice sannyasi also. But then doubts on the Shastra made him leave that position, made him leave that service. And even during Srila Prabhupada's time also you see how Prabhupada's personal servant had to leave. He himself left because of that moon landing case. Prabhupada is very clear from Shastra, but that devotee didn't have enough faith on the Shastra. So faith on the Shastra is very, very important. Many times people say how to convince people about the various things given in the Shastra. Now if they don't have faith on the Shastra, there is no common platform for discussion. If there is no common platform for discussion, where is the question of discussion? Therefore, it's a very, very important thing that we discuss Shastra with those people who have faith, and we discuss the basics, very, very basic things about Shastra to those people who are very new. Especially during now book marathon, when we're distributing books, we don't speak big things there. We speak basic things, happiness and overcoming distress and peace and satisfaction. You will not speak about the Bhumandala for sure. So this is the first thing. The first step in devotee's life is unflinching faith in scriptures. Then he qualifies to be in the first stage in the ladder of bhakti is Shraddha. So he'll be there in the first stage of the ladder till Prema. So first stage is Shraddha, and that person qualifies when he has unflinching faith on Shastra. So on this note, let's understand the Vedic cosmology. So the 29 verses given in the description of Jambudvipa, this particular chapter. So it's very nicely described that Priyavat Maharaj, he went around this entire Bhumandala, and his rolling wheels of the chariot created a lot of, ditch. Created 7 ditches in Bhumandala, which became 7 oceans. I was wondering how big the chariot will be and how big the wheels are. That is creating oceans. 7 oceans. And like that there are 7 islands which are created. They are called as Saptadvipa. So we have this Bhumandala, and on that we have Saptadvipa, 7 islands. And now these 7 islands are also very unique, separated by oceans, and all these oceans are also very unique. Now the question comes, what's the point of understanding all this? What will happen if I understand all this? Parikshit Maharaj is saying this to Shukadeva Goswami in Shloka 3. He makes it very clear that if we fix our mind on Supreme Lord's external features, so these are external energy of the Lord. So if we fix on the external features of the external energy of the Lord, so what happens? The person comes to mode of goodness. And when he comes to mode of goodness, then understanding the Lord who is beyond the 3 modes will become comparatively easy. Otherwise, in mode of ignorance and passion, what we will understand? We cannot understand the Lord. Very difficult. So the middle part that you see, the yellowish or brownish part, the middle, smaller one, that's the Jambudvipa. And then surrounded by that, we have many other dvipas. So each concentric circle is separated by some ocean. So you see Jambudvipa, and then after that, we have Lakshadvipa. And you see, both of them, they're separated by salt water ocean. So this is the only ocean that we know, salt water ocean. Now there are other dvipas, which are given, Shalmali Dvipa. Now Plakshadvipa and Shalmali Dvipa, they are separated by sugarcane juice. And then Shalmali Dvipa and Kushadvipa, they are separated by a very wonderful ocean called Liquor Ocean. Now people will be so happy, no? Especially the drunkards. So like that, we have all these different dvipas. And then we have Pushkara Dvipa. So Shaka Dvipa, Pushkara Dvipa, Krauncha Dvipa, Kusha Dvipa, all these are different dvipas. So in sequence, Jambudvipa is there in center. And around that, we have saltwater ocean. And after that, we have Plakshadvipa, and that is surrounded by sugarcane juice ocean. Then we have Shalmali Dvipa, and after that we have Liquor Ocean. And then Kushadvipa, then we have Ghee Ocean, clarified butter ocean. Haribol. And then Kraunchadvipa, and after that we have Milk Ocean. And then Shakadvipa, after that we have Yogurt Ocean. And then Pushkara Dvipa, then we have Sweet Drinking Water Ocean. So these are the 7 islands which are displayed here. So 7 islands with these different wonderful oceans. Now let's focus on the middle part, because that's the discussion, Jambudvipa. Because we live in Jambudvipa, so we are more concerned about Jambudvipa. So let's discuss about Jambudvipa now. So this is how the Jambudvipa looks like. So you see the salt water ocean, and then we have a dvipa in between. Now it is described that the entire Bhumandala resembles like a lotus flower, and Jambudvipa is of the shape of the leaf of the lotus flower, round leaf. And in this Jambudvipa, there are 9 varshas. And we'll try to see these 9 varshas, which are displayed here also. You can see that. So we'll try to understand the middle part first, Sumeru mountain, and then we'll go down on the floor. So here is the Sumeru mountain. So now the description that is given about Sumeru mountain is very nice. The height of the Sumeru mountain in 7th shloka, Shukadeva Goswami is describing. Here it is said, the mountain's height is same as the width of Jambudvipa. That is 1 lakh yojanas. So that's the height. And 16,000 yojanas are within the earth. So you see the part below? That is 16,000 yojanas. So that is below. And then the mountain grows like that above. Mountain's width is 32,000 yojanas at the top and 16,000 at bottom. So below we have 16,000 and above we have 32,000 yojanas. Now this is the Sumeru mountain. And Sumeru mountain at the top, it is described that it has got a golden pericap. So it's golden pericap at the top. Now let's see the bottom part on the floor. These are 7 varshas. So now you see the middle part is Mount Sumeru, the golden one. Then we have Ilavrita Varsha in between. Now see how these different, let's go to the north now. So we have Neela mountain, and then that's the next Varsha that we see, Ramyaka Varsha. Then we have Mount Shweta, and then we have Hiranmaya Varsha. Then Mount Shringavan, then we have Kuru Varsha. So these are the ranges, mountain ranges. And let's go to south. In south we have Nishadha mountain. then we have Hari Varsha, then Hemakuta mountain, then Kim Purusha Varsha, and then Mount Himalaya, then we have Bharata Varsha. So we are here in Bharata Varsha. On the eastern side, we have Gandhamadana mountain. So this is Bhadrashva Varsha. And on the west side, there is Malyavan mountain ranges and this Ketumala Varsha. So see the middle part that is there, that's called as Ilavrata Varsha. Now let's focus on the middle part, description of Ilavrata Varsha. Now the four mountains around the Sumeru are Mandara, Meru Mandara, Suparshva and Kumuda. So these are on the four sides like the belt. You see the structures? The four mountains. And now there are other mountains also, which I would like to discuss, and then we will see the rest. There are huge ranges of mountain called Kesharachala mountains. There are 20 mountains like that. Did you find the Kesharachala mountains? See the points which are there, dot, 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 dot. And the names also given to them. Kuranga, Kurara, Kusambha, Vaikanka, Trikuta, Shishira, Patanga, Ruchaka, Nishadha, Sinivasa, Kapila, Shankha, Vaidurya, Charudhi, Hamsa, Rishabha, Naga, Kala, Kalanjara and Narada. Now, there are 8 mountain ranges around Sumeru. Can you see the 8 mountain ranges around Sumeru? So the first one, on the east, we have Jatahara and Devakuta. East, this side you see, Jatahara and Devakuta. And then on the west we have Pavana and Pariyatra. On the west, Pavana and Pariyatra. On the north, we have Trishanga and Makara. Up, Trishanga and Makara. And then below, on the south, we have Kailasa and Karavira. South, we have Kailasa and Karavira. Now let's have this elaborate discussion on what happens on these 4 mountains. The big mountains that you see, the 4 mountains. There are trees on the 4 mountains. There is a mango tree, there's a rose apple tree, Kadamba tree and banyan tree. So the mango tree is there on Mandara mountain. And then we have the banyan tree at the top. And on the west side, we have Kadamba tree. And then south, we have rose apple tree on Meru Mandara. So this is the wonderful thing. Now you hear the great astonishing details which are given. There are lakes on these mountains. There are 4 huge lakes on these 4 huge mountains. So see on the east, on Mandara mountain, we have a lake which is Milk Lake. And then on the north, on Kumuda mountain, we have Pure Water Lake. And then on the west, Suparshva mountain, there's a sugarcane juice lake. And south, on the Meru Mandara, there is a lake made up of honey. So these are the 4 mountains and 4 huge lakes. And now there are very beautiful gardens also around or in this mountain. So now in Mandara mountain, on the eastern side, there is Nandana garden. So these gardens are famous, where heavenly damsels, denizens, they enjoy there. And on the northern side, in Kumuda mountain, we have Sarvato Bhadra garden. And on the west side, we have Vaibhrajaka garden on Suparshva mountain. And on south, Meru Mandara, there's a Chitraratha garden. So these different names we'll find in Bhagavatam, where different personalities are playing in these gardens and some pastime takes place. So these are different gardens which are there. Now Shukadeva Goswami goes on to describe what happens in these with these different trees. When the huge nectarian mangoes fall from the top, which mountain? Mandara mountain. The huge mangoes, when they fall down, it is described they break, and the sweet fragrant juice mixing with other scents flows out as the river Arunoda to the western side of Ilavrita Varsha. Are you able to see the yellow thing that is there? Arunoda. So that's the river. That's the mango river that is flowing. Mango juice. And now it is described, anyone who drinks this mango juice, Arunoda river water basically, that's mango juice. It is described that their bodies become fragrant and it perfumes the entire atmosphere for 10 yojanas around. So there's no need of deodorant. You just drink this mango juice from this river and 10 yojanas around. This is all fragrance of the body of these Yaksha women. So there are maid servants of Bhavani. They are the pious Yakshas, Yaksha women. So they are the ones who drink this water and the entire body is so fragrant. Now in Meru Mandara, there is Jambu tree. Now the description says that the Jambu fruits which are there on this tree, they are size of elephants, big elephants. And when they fall and break, there's a Jambu river that flows. Are you able to find the Jambu river? South? Yes, the Jambu river is flowing. The yellow colored one. Jambu river. Now this Jambu river, it flows for 10,000 yojanas on the southern side of Ilavrita Varsha and floods the entire Ilavrita Varsha. Entire land there. And then we have Mahakadamba tree on Suparshva. From its hollows flows 5 rivers of honey. On the other side you see, if we zoom it, we'll find there are 5 rivers which are flowing of honey from its tree. That spreads all over Ilavrita Varsha on western side, saturating the land with a pleasing fragrance. The air carrying the scent from mouths of those who drink that honey perfumes the land for 100 yojanas around. So this goes on to say, the initial one was no need of deodorant. Now there's no need of brushing also. Just by drinking this honey, their mouths are very fragrant. And when they speak, 100 yojanas around. 100 yojanas means 800 miles. 800 miles around, fragrance coming from their mouth spreads. And it is described that, on Kumuda, there is a banyan tree. The roots of this 100 branched banyan tree flow many rivers on northern side of Ilavrita Varsha. Kumuda, on the north side, Kumuda. These rivers benefit the people living there with ample supplies of milk, yogurt, honey, ghee, molasses, food grains. Now this is very difficult to conceive. Clothes, bedding, sitting places, ornaments. Rivers. So they need not go around searching. Just if you want to do shopping, just go around to these rivers and get whatever you want. And it is described that human society who are staying around, because of these rivers, do not experience wrinkles on their bodies, grey hair, fatigue, perspiration, bad odor, afflictions of old age, disease, or untimely death. And they do not suffer from chilly cold or scorching heat, nor do their bodies lose their luster. They all live very happily without anxieties until death. See, these are the heavenly planets, which we talk about. So the heavenly personalities stay here and they don't suffer like people here suffer. Now, few more descriptions. Above the mountain Sumeru. So above the mountain Sumeru, see, we have so many personalities staying. So you remember the mountain, right? This is the mountain, Mount Sumeru. Mount Sumeru. So above the Mount Sumeru, this is the view. So on this we have townships of Brahma and Lokpals. So people are staying there. See, the Brahma, he is there, and his township is there in between. Brahma, named as Brahmapuri, Shatakaumbi or Manovati. So Manovati is written there, you see in between. And then we have all the other Lokpals staying around. Lokpals like Indra. Can you find Indra? Then Agni, then Yama, Nirriti, Varuna, Vayu, Kuvera, and Shiva. So all these personalities, they stay on this huge mountain, Mount Sumeru. Let's go back to the juices discussion that we had, and we'll discuss one purport given by Srila Prabhupada. Yes, this particular slide. Shloka 2021 talks about this, and Prabhupada takes this as an opportunity to discuss a lot of things for our purification. So Prabhupada is saying here, the mud on both banks of river Jambu Nadi. Jambu Nadi? Where is Jambu Nadi? North, east, south, west. Where? South, you see Jambu River coming from Meru Mandara mountain, Jambu River. So it is described, the mud on both banks of river Jambu Nadi being moistened by the flowing juice and then dried by the air and sunshine produces huge quantities of gold called Jambu Nada. So now there is Jambu fruits which are falling down. The juice is flowing as river. So on the banks, when it mixes with the mud and the sunshine that is there, so all that Prabhupada says in the purport, due to the chemical reaction, there's huge gold that is there on both the sides. The denizens of heaven use this gold for various kinds of ornaments. Therefore, all the inhabitants of the heavenly planets and their youthful wives are fully decorated with golden helmets, bangles, belts, and thus they enjoy life. There is no need of gold shop. You just go there and you find everything, whatever you need. Prabhupada writes in the purport, by the arrangement of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the rivers on some planets produce gold on their banks. The poor inhabitants of this earth, because of their incomplete knowledge, are captivated by a so-called Bhagavan who can produce a small quantity of gold from the mouth. Yes, Prabhupada is not written from the mouth, but we understand. See, the gold that is found in this world, it is described that when the heavenly denizens, when they see us wearing that gold, they ask each other, why are they wearing this yellow stone around themselves? Because here, the highest quality of gold that is found, for them it is like a yellow stone. Because for them, the gold quality that is there is huge, is very, very high level. However, it is understood that in higher planetary system, in this material world, the mud on the banks of Jambu Nadi mixes with Jambu juice, reacts with the sunshine in the air, and automatically produces huge quantities of gold. Thus, the men and women are decorated there by various golden ornaments, and they look very nice. So, all the denizens of heaven, they are very nicely decorated with golden ornaments. Now, Prabhupada gives the contrast on this planet. He says, unfortunately, on earth, there is such a scarcity of gold that the governments of the world try to keep it in reserve and issue paper currency. Because that currency is not backed up by gold, the paper they distribute as money is worthless. But nevertheless, people on earth are very proud of material advancement. So, how are these different currencies given out in all the countries? So, whatever gold is there, that is kept in the reserve, and the equal amount of money is distributed in the form of papers. And Prabhupada is saying there is no actual gold. In the Vedic times, the transactions that would happen would take place using the gold coins or silver coins. And now, as we are advancing, those are replaced with paper. And it's very funny that even after analyzing how it was in the Vedic times, the opulence in the Vedic times, and now, it's very funny that people say that we are advancing. Are we advancing or are we degrading is a question. And Prabhupada also mentions here, because that the currency is not backed up by gold, the paper they distribute as money is worthless. But nevertheless, people on the earth are very proud of material advancement. In modern times, girls and ladies have ornaments made of plastic instead of gold, and plastic utensils are used instead of golden ones. Yet people are very proud of their material wealth. So this is the current situation. If we just go 50 years or 100 years back, we will see, at least we have seen, in some houses, just maybe 20 years back, I had seen in the house of my relatives, that they had brass buckets. I'm sure many of you might have also seen. And then in some relatives' houses, we saw that the plates and spoons and glasses which they serve, they were all silver, all over silver. Now, it is not very astonishing to say that 100 years back they used gold plates and gold glasses and gold spoons. But now, maybe 100 years down the line, when they will hear all this, that people were eating in gold plates, they'll go mad. They'll say, oh, that's mythology. That never happened. It doesn't exist. Because now the entire thing that is taking place is on paper plates, and that too will have a plastic foil on that. This is exactly what is happening. And everything is getting replaced like that with plastic. And we say that we are advancing. Tell me, how are we advancing? The opulence is going down day by day. How are we advancing? Therefore, Prabhupada is pointing to this one thing, that why are people proud of whatever material wealth they have? Because hardly they have anything now. What people had in the Vedic times, that was huge. And currently what people have is nothing. And Prabhupada continues, therefore the people of this age are described as Manda Sumanda Matayo Manda Bhagyahi Upadrita. 1110 Bhagavatam. They're extremely bad and slow to understand the opulence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. See, as soon as a person becomes proud of various material things that the person has, as Kunti Maharani says, Janma, Aishwarya, Shruta, Shri. If anyone becomes proud of this, Janma means high birth, Janma, Aishwarya means wealth, Shruta means education, and Shri means beauty. Anyone who becomes proud of these four, it's very difficult to call out to the Lord feelingly from the heart, Prabhupada mentioned in the purport. Because one chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra is enough to attain the highest destination. If people are not able to attain that, Prabhupada says, because the quality of chanting is missing. And then he mentions that the quality of chanting increases when we call out to the Lord feelingly from the heart. But those people who are proud of their material advancement, they cannot call out the Lord with feelings because they are proud. They are materially satisfied, Prabhupada says. So here we understand that how the modern crowd that we have, including ourselves, we are called as Manda Sumanda Matayoho. Very slow, very, very slow in learning spiritual subject matters. Therefore, it is described here that understanding the opulence Supreme Personality of Godhead is very difficult for people in this age. Even if you explain repeatedly, many, many times, still to understand Lord's opulence becomes very difficult. See, we are just discussing one opulence of the Lord, that on this material planet. That is Jambudvipa. And to understand that only is very difficult, where people will question, how can I believe that there is a sugarcane juice and sugarcane lake and Jambu river and mango juice river, etc., etc. Because we are so used to seeing the contaminated, polluted rivers flowing now. And the various oceans, which are again very salty. And to get pure water, now we have to purchase cans. I was hearing from my grandparents, when there was a talk that was happening during their time, that in future, the water will be sold. They would laugh at those people, it seems, who would speak about this. And they were telling, now it has come true. Everyone is purchasing water. Now drinking water is something everyone has to purchase. You see, that's the situation now. And we say that we are advancing. So people who are purchasing pure water to drink, how will they be able to understand the free sugarcane juice river? Very difficult. We cannot. That's the current state of Kali Yuga beings. They have been described as Sumanda Matayaho because their conceptions are so crippled that they accept a bluffer who produces little gold to be God. So now the situation is that anyone who claims oneself to be God, there are videos, by the way, of such bogus personalities. They take a handkerchief and then suddenly this gold. And everyone around, oh, he produced gold. One of, I think, Bangalore reporters only, when he went to interview this bogus personality, they said, see, you produce a small ball of gold. Can you remove watermelon from your mouth? And he said, no, that's not part of my lila. Oh, since people are so crippled now, so cripple-minded, little gold if someone is able to produce, people feel, oh, बहुत बड़ा काम किया, बहुत बड़ा काम. Arey Baba, look at this description that is given. On the banks of Jambu Nadi, there's huge quantity of gold. Therefore, for these people, these heavenly denizens, they will never be tricked by such things. Only here on this planet, people are so enamored by some mystic power if someone shows, or some bhasma someone gives, or some gold he removes from mouth, or some part of the body. People are completely enamored. Say here on the banks of Jambu Nadi, if someone removes gold from the mouth, what's so great? Everywhere gold is there. What's so great? Therefore, the understanding about who is God is very clear in higher planetary system. There they don't have any confusion about Krishna being Supreme Personality of Godhead. All confusion is here on this planet. Why? Because people are so degraded. And the opulence is so degraded here now. So for them, little hatke if someone shows something, naturally people feel, oh, he's God. And Prabhupada continues, he writes, because they have no gold in their possession, they are actually poverty-stricken and therefore they are considered unfortunate. So residents of this planet are considered to be unfortunate. Sometimes these unfortunate people want to be promoted to heavenly planets to achieve fortunate positions, as described in this verse. But pure devotees are not interested at all in such opulence. Nowadays, people are interested to go to heavenly planet also. Because to go to heavenly planet, you have to work hard. The first thing that the person has to do is control his senses. Even to go to heavenly planet, you have to control your senses on this planet so that you can enjoy there uncontrollably. That's the entire funda that is there. So in the Vedic times, no one would think of enjoying on this planet. They would plan their enjoyment on the heavenly planet. They would do yagyas after yagyas and tapasya and austerities of fasting and this and that. With the goal, I'll go and enjoy there. That was the entire thing. Therefore, when Hiranyakashipu took over the planet, at that time he made a rule. All those who are doing austerity, they're struggling so much, they should actually go to hell. And all the ones who are enjoying on this planet, they should go to heaven. Because they have practiced to enjoy, so they should go to heaven. And they have practiced to suffer, the persons who are doing austerity, they should go to hell. That was the entire logic of Hiranyakashipu. So, in the Vedic times, if someone wants to enjoy, they would want to go to heavenly planet only and nowhere else. They would say, enjoyment here is useless. Let's go there and enjoy. Ramba, Urvashi, Menaka, all of them will be dancing. We'll get somras to drink. Who will drink this nonsense? Putrefied liquid, which is called as alcohol. So they were very clear. And many people would do that. Many people would want to go there. But the intelligent ones, who are called as devotees, they would say, what's the point of going to heavenly planet? Abrahma bhuvana loka punaravratana Arjuna. They were very clear of this fact. Even if you go to heavenly planet, even if you go to Brahma Loka, when your pious credits are finished, you have to come down. Automatically. Just imagine the scene that the last 10 credits which are remaining, and I'm sipping somras, and I'm seeing the dance of some heavenly damsels. With every sip and with every glance, there's one credit that is going down. 10 sips and you're here on the material, on this planet. Now, no one will be telling us that you'll be sent to the earthly planet or something like that. It's like you disappear there and here you appear in someone's womb. This is exactly how it is. Because there's no question of death there in the heavenly planet. You just disappear. You appear when you have enough punya, and from there you disappear and come down. So therefore, devotees who have been doing nice devotional service, they feel, what's the point? What's the point of having all this different opulence going there for some time and then again coming down? They don't desire all this. Therefore, here it is described by Srila Prabhupada that pure devotees of the Lord are not at all interested in such opulence. Indeed, devotees sometimes compare the color of gold to that of bright golden stool. Tell me, which section is this described? A personality considers gold to be yellow stool. Bharat Maharaj. It is described, Bharat Maharaj just considered yellow stool. And it is described that he gave up his entire kingdom and all the opulence like someone passes the stool in the morning. Now, when someone flushes the stool, he will not feel, oh, my stool is gone. He will not think like that. It's like gone. It's just there. That's it. He will not bother about it. Like that, Bharat Maharaj gave up, considering it to be stool. That's how devotees are. Therefore, for outsiders, the non-devotees, to connect with devotees becomes very difficult. Because what these non-devotees give a lot of value to, devotees say that is all bogus, that's not you, that's all useless. The non-devotees are saying, oh, this is all so wonderful, so opulent, this and that, and devotees like, what nonsense, it's all temporary. It's ashvatam. People outside, they're saying, oh, this world is filled with happiness. And we are saying, no, it's dukkhalaya. It's filled with dukkha. So it's very difficult to connect. Recently, one devotee was sharing that they organized a big festival in one of the apartments. And the devotees were registering them for Gita course. And the pitch what the devotees had was, see, we are suffering so much in this world. And the solution for that is given in Gita. So residents of that place, they were saying, no, we have so many parties every now and then in our apartments. So we are not suffering. So where is the question of attending Gita course now? So people are convinced completely that only thing is we are not able to explore and discover where is that happiness. One day we'll discover. So till then, we'll keep finding. That's not called suffering, that's called adventure. So people feel it's adventure. And here it's very clear that devotees of the Lord, they feel it's all useless. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed devotees not to be allured by golden ornaments and beautifully decorated women. Which shloka? Na dhanam, na janam, na sundari, kavitam va jagadisha kamaye, mama janmani janmanishware, bhavatad bhakti rahitu ki tvai. See, in this particular shloka, Lord is saying, na dhanam, don't be attracted by gold. Prabhupada translates. And na janam, na sundarim, don't be attracted to those ladies who are decorated beautifully by these ornaments. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instruction is very clear for devotees. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu puts renunciation at the top. Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yogam. This is exactly what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to teach. Vairagya Vidya, renunciation. Therefore, when he gave 8 verses, in that 8 verses, this one verse is so heavy. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim. I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this. This is the mode of a devotee. Then what he wants, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore confidentially prayed, Mama janmani janmanishware bhavatat bhakti rahitu ki tvai. O Lord, if you are pleased with any of my insignificant service, please bless me with your devotional service lifetime after lifetime. I don't want anything else apart from this. A devotee may pray to be delivered from this material world. That is his only aspiration. And a devotee wants to leave this material world and go to spiritual world. Again for one thing, only one thing, and that's service. Here I'm not able to do continuous, uninterrupted service. Oh Lord, I'm your servant. I want to come back to you so that I can continuously, uninterruptedly serve you in spiritual world. Because there is no limit. There's no limit at all. Therefore, it's so nice to note that the mood that is given to us in our Sampradaya, the Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara, is, oh Lord, I want to come back to you so that I can serve you uninterruptedly, continuously. And the famous prayer that we are chanting every day, Ainanda Tanuja Kinkaram Patita Mam Vishame Bhavam Budho Kripaya Tava Pada Pankaja Stita Dhuli Sadrisham Vichintaya. Look at the humility of a devotee. A devotee is praying that, oh Lord, please pick me up from this ocean of birth and death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet. Dust particle. I don't want to be anything big. I don't want to obtain or become something big. I just want to be an insignificant dust particle at your lotus feet. It goes on to say that I just want shelter of your lotus feet and I just desire to serve you lifetime after lifetime. This is the mode of a devotee. Therefore, Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati, he describes very beautifully in his description, Kaivalyam narakayate tridashapura akash pushpayate durdantendriya sarpakala patale prokhatadam strayate. He says, Kaivalyam narakayate. There are many people in this world who are aspiring for moksha. They want to merge in Brahman. They merge in light. And Prabodhananda Saraswati Pad is saying, Kaivalyam narakayate. Kaivalyam, merging in Brahman, for a devotee is naraka, is hellish. Why is it hellish for a devotee to merge in Brahman? Why he feels hellish?
He can't serve Lord in that.
There's no question of service. There's no question of service. So as soon as service is taken away from devotee, he feels hellish. Hellish. Therefore, those devotees, due to whatever reason they're not able to serve, they feel a lot of pain. I'm talking about pure souls. And when it comes to neophyte sadhakas, when they don't have service, they're very happy. There's a difference between the two. They say, oh, chutti, there's no service today. Very nice. But when it comes to pure perfected beings, they're like, no service? Then what sort of servant I am? Because for me, my JD, my job description is service. And that's only not there. So what's the point? Therefore, Kaivalyam narakayate. For a pure devotee, Kaivalyam narakayate. Merging in Brahman or merging in the existence of the Lord is naraka for them because there is no service. Tridashapura akasha pushpayate. So whatever we've been discussing here, no? The Jambu Nadi, and on the banks we have gold and all these different heavenly denizens. They are using all this gold to decorate themselves. And there's a river at the top which gives all the paraphernalia, clothes and furniture and this and that. So for a devotee, Tridashapura akasha pushpayate. So all these heavenly things which are there is like Tridashapura akasha pushpa. Akasha pushpa. It's like flowers in the air. There are no flowers that grow in the air. So it's like phantasmagoria, Prabhupada says. Imagination. For him it's like, okay, this is imagination. It is there, it's reality. But a devotee considers this to be phantasmagoria, that which doesn't exist. Why? Because he understands it's temporary. It is useless. So why put so much of effort to go there? In this way, a devotee's mood is completely different. And a devotee, always he prays. Srila Narottam Das Thakur's prayers. Aha Prabhu Nanda Sutta Vrishabhanu Sutta Juta Karuna Korovai Baro. Narottama Dasa Koi Natheli Ho Ranga Paye Tuma Bina Kya Chya Mar. See, for a devotee, for him, all this is very insignificant because his aspiration is very, very great, very, very big. What he wants is, I want the shelter of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna and nothing else. Even if n number of things are put in front of a devotee, A devotee will reject all that. I'm talking about the pure devotees. Say a pure devotee is told you, we'll take you to the Jambunatha. You go there and a lot of gold and this and that. Devotee will no, I don't want. What do you want? I just want shelter of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. That's it. I don't want anything else. No, if you go to that place, there's no misery. There's no problem. And a devotee is okay with a miserable body in this world, provided he gets shelter of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. That's the difference, you see. Therefore, as devotees, aspiring pure devotees, it's very important that we analyze our desires and keep only one desire in our heart, in the core of our heart, that is, I want to be under the shelter of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna and nothing else. If this is the only desire, the lordships will do the needful. They'll help us to get closer to them. But if you have any other desire, to go to some of the mountain or lake or whatever, or to put it in more simple terms, in this world, to enjoy better facilities, have luxury and this and that, we'll just be tricked. And at that time, Krishna, instead of telling Srimati Radharani, he'll tell Maya Devi, see, he wants something, go give him. And she puts the devotee in allurement. All the alluring things are brought around, and that devotee, who had an opportunity to attain the lotus feet of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna in this life, will get allured and go to some other place. And again, next life, maybe he'll start with Gita course 1, 2, 3. This is exactly what will take place. Then finally, Prabhupada, he says, a devotee is never allured by such opulence. He simply aspires to become the dust of the lotus feet of the Lord. He just wants to serve. Thank you very much. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.